So in previous class we have stopped here, no? I got the solution, but once again I want to explain clearly. In previous class I said the process, you have to add those three. So let us see what is the correct answer. So here 12 kgs 250 grams, okay. Here 18 kgs 550 grams, okay. Next 17 kgs 750 grams. So if I add this total, so 12 kgs 250 grams, how I can write? I can write 12.250 kgs, okay. Like this also you can add. Here 18 kgs 550 grams means 18.550 kgs. I am converting into kgs. Here 17 kgs 750 grams means 17.750 kgs. I can add these three, or I can directly add these three also, okay. So I am adding these three, okay. So I am rubbing this. See, 0 plus 0 plus 0, how much? 0 grams. Here grams is the unit, okay. All are there in kgs, grams, kgs, grams, kgs, grams. That's why we can add, because all are in same unit only. So that's why we can add. If they are in something is in grams, something is kgs, you have to convert into 1 unit and then you have to add. If some quantity which we are adding should be in same units, then only we can add or subtract, okay. You can't add any units, okay. If the given quantity which we are adding should be all in 1 unit, okay. So here we are having in kgs, grams, kgs, grams, kgs, grams. That's why we are adding everything. So here 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 5 15, completed. 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 5 8, 8 plus 7 15, okay. 15. Here 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 7 17, plus 1 18. Next 1 2 3 4 48 kgs 550 grams is the answer. So what is the total weight? Total weight is equal to 48 kgs 550 grams. That is the answer, okay. So we have completed this 18th question now. Now let us go to the next question. What is that? 19th question. What is the 19th question? Which has one end point? Just a minute. So this is your page number 99, no? Yes. Which has one end point? Answer is, so what is the question? A line So what is the question? Which has one end point? A line segment, or a ray. So a line segment, or a ray. Which of these three will have only one end point? So let us see. Solution, let us see. So what is a line? Line means it will have no end points. It will extend in two directions infinitely. It is not having any end point. That's why we are representing this with two arrows. It can extend in this direction and it can extend in this direction also. So what is a line segment? Line segment means it is a line, it is containing two end points. Okay, it is having two end points. Line segment will have two end points. Ray, if we talk about a ray, it has one end point, and in one in one direction it will extend infinitely. At one point it is having one end point, and in the second direction it will extend infinitely. So line is not having any end points, it will extend in two directions infinitely. Line segment means it will have two end points. Okay, it will have two end points, but coming to ray it will have one end point in one direction, and in second direction it will go on extending infinitely. So that is a ray. So what is the question? Which has one end point? A line segment, or a ray? The answer is ray. Ray will have only one end point in one direction, and it will extend infinitely in the other direction. Okay, so that is the answer. Ray is the answer. Clear? So 19th question we have completed now. So let us see the 20 question. Question number 20. Okay. Draw the lines of symmetry. Draw the lines of symmetry on the designs of the following playing cards. So he is telling to draw the lines of symmetry for the figures given below. So for first figure, so I will explain you very clearly, so that's why I am drawing it very big. Okay, so this is the first question, no? This is the first one for which we have to draw the lines of symmetry. So this is the first figure. Just a minute. So this is a card. Okay. In this there are some figures. Okay. Actually, what is a line of symmetry? Lines of symmetry means the line which divides the given figure into two equal parts. Both the parts will be like mirror images. Okay, so it will divide, the lines of symmetry will divide a given figure into two equal parts. They are very similar, they are almost equal. One will look like the mirror image of other. So we have to draw such type of lines of symmetry for this figure. So for this figure we can draw two types of lines of symmetry. One is like this, which will divide this middle figure is there, no? It has to divide the middle figure into two equal parts. Like that we have to draw. Okay, so this is one line of symmetry. Okay, means if you see, this is one equal part and this is another equal part. Like that the lines of symmetry will divide a given figure. This is first option. We are having two lines of symmetries. Okay, so like this also we can divide, and like this also we can divide. Okay, so this is one equal part and this is also one equal part. Okay, so you can divide a given figure like this. If you divide it like this, you will get two figures like this. Okay, so when we are dividing the given figure horizontally, we will get two figures like this. Okay, okay. So this middle figure is there, no? It is divided into two equal parts. This upper triangle, this is lower triangle. So when we are dividing this into horizontally we have divided this. So when we divide it vertically, what will happen? Let us see. So vertically dividing means this is the line now, it is dividing the given play card into vertically. Yes, it is dividing it vertically, just a minute. So this line is dividing the play card vertically. This has divided the play card horizontally, two equal parts we got. So when we divide the play card vertically with this line, what we get? We get a figure like this. Two equal parts we will get, okay? So this is one equal part. This is one more equal part, okay? So this one is dividing the figure vertically into two halves. This line is dividing the figure into vertically two parts like this, okay? So it is dividing like this. This part is dividing vertically. This line is dividing horizontally. This line is dividing vertically. So we can draw two lines of symmetry for the first figure. Next one, let us see. Next figure is what? B. So I will tell A and B, you have to draw C and D. For this B, so this is the play card, no? So this is the play card. Okay. So this is the figure. We can divide it vertically. You will get two pieces like this. Just a minute. So if we divide it vertically, what we will get? We will get two pieces. Okay. How? Like this. This is one piece and this will be another piece. Two equal parts. Okay. So this is the two equal parts. If you are dividing it vertically, horizontally means like this. Okay, from middle it has to go. This will be one part and this will be one part. So I have explained two figures A and B. For next figure, they should be very equal. They should be equal. If we divide a given figure with symmetrical lines, they should be equal. Okay, they should look like the mirror images. Like that we have to divide. Okay, for C and D also you can divide it horizontally and vertically. That's all. Okay, so once you try. So I am giving that question for you only. Clear? So next let us look at the 21st question. 20th question is very easy for you, so that's why I have given you. I have explained to next two you have to do it. Okay, it will be very fun, for your kids. For you kids it will be very funny to draw and to divide such type of pictures. Okay, find the perimeter of the following figure. Of the following figure. you have to find the perimeter. Perimeter means border, outer. So this is, I will explain you. Perimeter means what. This is 4 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 2 centimeter, this is 2 centimeter. Okay, so this is a, up to here it is a square, like it is a triangle, so you have to find the perimeter for this. So this line is dividing square and a triangle. Okay, so what is the actual figure? This is the figure, this. Perimeter means what is the length of the outer boundary, that we have to find out. This is the boundary, no? So you have to find the total length, how much length it will be. Okay, this total, how much length it will be. So here we are having, you have to add them directly. 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 4 16, 16 centimeters is the perimeter. Okay, that is the perimeter. Just you have to add all this. 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 4 16, 16 centimeters is the total perimeter of the given figure. Okay, like that you have to understand. So one more thing is, so just a minute. Okay, so here there are two figures, no? It is divided into two shapes. Okay, actually he has given here the figure is divided into two shapes. Find the sum of the perimeters of these two shapes. Okay, but the perimeter means like this one. This is the outer boundary, no? So for perimeter of square is 4 into side. Each side is how much? 4 centimeters. Perimeter of triangle equal to sum of three sides. So this is A, B, C. So like that we have to draw. But he has given a line in between the square, and he has divided the given figure into two parts. Actually your figure should be like this. Okay, so for your understanding he has divided into two shapes like this, so that one will be a triangle, one will be a square. Okay, so directly add this. 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 2 12, 12 plus 4 16. That is a perimeter. Okay, or else if you want to do, he has given here the figure is divided into two shapes. Find the sum of the perimeters of these two shapes. Okay, actually this side is not there for you. This is imaginary. He has not given any side here. Okay, if you do like that, what you will get? 4 into S, 4 into 4, that is 16 centimeters. Okay, here 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 4 4 plus, you should not add this side. This side is not there. He is asking perimeter, no? So you have to find out the outside boundary. So instead of doing all this 4 into S, A plus B plus C, add all the sides. 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 2 12, 12 plus 4 16. That's all. 16 is the answer. Okay, that inside line is just for dividing into two parts, not equal parts, one square and one triangle. It is not included in the perimeter. Okay, so second one, 22nd one. So last question in this chapter. Read the graph and answer the following questions. So you have to read the graph. Okay, so a graph will have two. Down line is called x-axis, the line which is pointing up, it is called the y-axis. Okay, on y-axis he has given number of fruit baskets sold. On y-axis I will show here. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Number of persons means that is a x-axis. See here, this line is showing x-axis, this line is showing, just a minute. Okay, this line is showing x-axis, this line is showing y-axis. So here x-axis means here number of persons. See here you are having number of persons, here you are having on y-axis you are having number of fruit baskets sold. Here on x-axis you are having number of persons. So here he has given scale 1 unit equal to 100 fruits. 1 unit means 1 square. Here see, from 0 to 100 it is 1 unit, from 100 to 200 it is 1 unit. So each unit value is how much? 100 fruit baskets he has given. So he has given some names: Sohan, Rajesh, Pankaj, Manoj, Ankur. Like that he has given some names, and we have to see which person has sold how many baskets of fruits. So who sold the maximum number of fruit baskets? The first question is, who sold the maximum number of fruit baskets? Here in blue color it is there, no? Columns are in blue colors. So they show the which person is selling how many fruit baskets. So here Ankur has sold up to here 600 baskets. Here Manoj has sold up to 250 baskets. So if I draw this on the board only, it will be clear, I think. So let me draw this on the board. Okay, just a minute. Give me some time, I will draw it on the board. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just a minute. Okay, this one is not required. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here each unit, 1 unit equal to how much? 100 fruit baskets. Okay, so here 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. This is number of fruits baskets sold. Here this is number of fruit baskets sold. Okay, this is y-axis. Okay, this is x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Here he has given some names also. Okay, he has given some names also. So that area is in blue color, no? That area which is in blue color I am representing with this dashed lines. Okay, so this is for Sohan. Okay, next one, Rajesh. Next, Pankaj. This is for Pankaj. Next, Manoj. Manoj sold up to where? 250. Next, Ankur. Actually, what are the columns which are filled in blue color, what are they saying? They are saying that Sohan has sold up to 400 baskets. This line is matching with 400, no? Sohan has sold up to 400 fruit baskets. Rajesh has sold, it is between 300 and 400. This is between 300 and 400. See here. Here is 300, here is 400. It is in middle of them. So he has sold 350 baskets, Rajesh. Okay. So where this is matching with 500. Pankaj has sold 500 baskets. Next, Manoj, where it is matching. So this is between 200 and 300, no? This line. The end of the box is between 200 and 300, no? Means Manoj has sold 250 baskets. And this is up to 600. Means last person is who? Ankur. Ankur has sold 600 baskets. The first question is, who sold the maximum number of fruit baskets? Means maximum means highest number. Who has sold highest number of baskets? See here. So which column which is filled in blue color, which column is tall, means which column is high, that person has sold the highest number of baskets. So see here, 400, 350, and this is 500, this is 250, this is 600. So this one is large, no? So you have to see the number. Large means how much tall this column is, that much maximum that person has sold. So if the height of the column is increasing, means the number will also increase, no? So that maximum number will be gained by the tallest graph. Like that you have to understand. So you have to see the numbers: 400, 350, 500, 250, 600. So 600 is the highest maximum number of baskets. So what is the question? Who sold the maximum number of fruit baskets? Who sold? Ankur. Answer is Ankur, because he sold how many? 600. 600 is greater than all these numbers, no? 400, 350, 500, 250, 600. 600 is greater among all those. So who sold that one? Ankur. Next question. How many fruit baskets did Rajesh sell? Rajesh sold how many fruit baskets? That is a question. Rajesh sold. So this is between 300 and 400. This graph is coming in between 300 and 400. So the answer is 350. Second one is 350. Next, C. Who sold 250 baskets? 250 means between 200 and 300 your graph should be there. So let us see this one. This one is between 200 and 300. That is 250. In middle of 200 and 300 it is there. Means that is 250. Okay. So who sold 250 baskets? That is Manoj. Manoj sold 250 baskets. Okay. Manoj. Next, D. What amount did Pankaj get if he sold fruit baskets for 200? Okay. What amount did Pankaj get if he sold each fruit basket for 200? So one basket, in fourth question he is asking, one basket equal to 200 rupees. What amount did Pankaj get if he sold each basket, means one basket, if he sold for 200 rupees, how much money he would have got? Okay. So Pankaj sold how many? 500. 500 baskets he sold, and each basket is of 200 rupees. So what is the answer? 5 to the 10. So he may got how much? 1 lakh rupees. Okay, he may got 1 lakh rupees. So I did it directly. If you want to do, you can do. Okay, 0 0 is 0, multiplication I am doing, 0 0 is 0, 0 0 0 5 is 0, completed. Next with this 0, 0 0 is 0, you have to leave one place here, 0 0 is 0, 0 0 is 0, 0 5 is 0, completed. So you have to leave two places here, 2 zeros are 0, 2 zeros are 0, 2 5s are 10, 0 0 0 0 0 1, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 digit number here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if Pankaj had sold each basket for 200 rupees, then he may have got 1 lakh rupees, okay, because he has sold 500 baskets and each basket price is 200 rupees. So he may got 1 lakh rupees as the money, okay. So with this we have completed this chapter revision. So from next class we will start from next chapter, okay. Up to here you have to understand each and every concept, each and every question very clearly. Once again go through this chapter completely, okay. Right, thank you.